These doors are the weakest part of this box. If I don't fix it now, this whole welding setup is going to fail before it even starts.
Hi guys, if you're new, my name is Matt. I own a small welding company just outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and my goal is to make this old box truck into a fully functional, self-contained mobile welding vehicle and film it all. This is episode 1.
Today, we'll be cutting them off and building new ones. Built to not only withstand the harsh conditions of the Midwest, but also the harsh conditions of mobile welding. Okay, so this is the bad news.
The wood has gone soft and mushy. The gaskets have all but completely failed. I've got a hole in the side of one of them. This used to be an exhaust, and the galvanized plating is falling off. As you can see, guys, this is in bad shape, but we will fix it today. The good news is I could save the windows and the lock.
Okay, so this is the plan. It's just about as simple as you can get. I'm going to have a piece of plywood sandwiched in between two sheets of aluminum. Maybe I'll put some epoxy in. Maybe I'll bolt it in. We'll see what happens. Info on this is kind of a mix between a SWAT van and a vault. So the first step is to cut out all the junk and salvage what I can.
I couldn't save the handle to this lock. I didn't have the key, so I needed to bust it off and build a new handle. I don't quite know what that's going to look like at this point, but I'm cleaning up the inside edges now. I'm welding a piece of solid stock, and then when I figure out what I want to do, I can just weld to that solid stock. Once all the demolition was complete, it was time to begin assembly, which almost immediately went south.
So I made a bit of an oopsie daisy when I bought this aluminum sheeting. Plenty of aluminum width-wise, but I didn't get enough height-wise. So I'm about to spend quite a bit of time unfucking myself. So let's get to it.
It actually wasn't too bad. I stacked all the aluminum sheets up, cut them all the same width, and then took that excess and then tacked it to the top of all of them. It did take a little bit of time, but not as long as I would have thought. What ended up taking the most amount of time was cutting out these windows. I didn't have a jigsaw, so I needed to use a cutoff wheel to do it. Once that was complete, I applied epoxy to both the wood and aluminum sheeting and then used all the clamps that I own to sandwich it all down. It is the next day, the epoxy is set, and I am putting on a 2" by 1/8" aluminum flat stock edge to the edges of both of these doors. This is the impact zone. The edges will take the most amount of abuse. The flat stock will also sandwich down the aluminum sheeting so the edges don't blow out, and it also looks cool, so it's a win-win-win.
Okay, guys, so it is the next day. What I thought was going to be a one-day build has ended up being a whole weekend build. Just one of those things. But today is Sunday. I got to have this done by Monday, or at least I'd like to. Last thing I got to do is fit these windows into place and install these on the box truck. So let's try to get this done. It is about 8 o'clock now. So we'll get this done today, and then we'll move on to the next.
Doing a build like this by myself had its own sets of challenges, but I believe with enough clamps, anything is possible. Since I gained about an 1/8 inch in thickness on those doors, the old window gaskets just wouldn't fit, so I needed to cut the inside edge and use that epoxy to fit it into place. Oh, fuck. Oh, close call. Holy shit. Good thing it hit me. I'm disposable. This window is not. Okay guys, so I've gotten the window in. I think the last step is going to be installing this locking mechanism. I was able to salvage these off the old doors, but essentially how this functions is this plate gets bolted on, and then via the handle at the end, it pulls this cable down, which will unlock it. So it slides into this little slot. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it slides into this slot. Something like that, and then when this cable gets pulled, that latch will come down, allowing it to open. So I'm gonna install this. Hopefully it goes well. Wait and you'll find out. We've got a couple of kinks that we need to get situated. Mostly this cable is just a little too long, so even if I pull up all the way, there's not enough tension, so I'll need to take a little bit out of both of these lines, but this is what it looks like. I'm just as amazed as you guys, to be honest. Again, it's not long enough, so I have to manually pull it down now, but same with this side, I have to pull down a little bit to get it to open. I've also got to add some handles to the outside. I want to do something cool, something custom. I'm not positive as to what that is yet. That's going to take me a couple days, but something flashy. Hey guys, it's me, but in the future. So I sat on the idea of what to do with this handle for like 2 days, and I kept thinking, there's no way to make a flashy handle without making it look kind of gay. So I'll show you what I did instead. So we kept it simple. All this is a nice thick piece of steel angle welded to that solid stock. Kept it simple. Anyway, back to the video. That, and obviously I'm going to add some gaskets along the outside edges. That's not that interesting, so I might not show it in this video, but besides that, you know, we're getting someplace. This is taking me a lot longer than I had anticipated, but I wanted to take the time and do it once, build it well once, and you won't have to build it a second time. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.